Hey everybody, it's Patsy here. I'm back. Um, so just because I'm up and I've had a coffee fix, I'm not a coffee drinker per se. I figured I'm up. I might as well do something, keep myself busy since I don't have to cook. All I have to do is get dressed and go. So I've had, hey Edith, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. So this is going to be kind of a little bit a hangout just to see what's going on here on Facebook this morning. And hi, Michelle. So what I have here is a deck of cards that I've gotten a while back, and it's just been sitting on my altar marinating. And I wanted to maybe share them. I haven't looked at them yet. These are brand new. You see, they still have the shrink wrap on them. They are Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so I'm sure I purchased them on Amazon because Amazon has everything. Thank you, Edith. You too. Enjoy this great day. It is beautiful outside, isn't it? Oh my goodness, it's going to be wonderful. All right, so I saw somebody said that they were cooking and they could smell their collard greens yesterday and just made the house smell great. Yeah, it's good, starting to smell like the holidays. All right, so these are Life Purpose Oracle cards. And the back of the box says, when you know your purpose, life takes on harmonious and abundant qualities. This card deck by Doreen Virtue will allow you to conduct accurate and trustworthy readings to explore your career and spiritual path. Each of the 44, hi Sue! Each of the 44 beautifully illustrated cards contain an illuminated message from the angels related to this topic. The accompanying guidebook explains the general meanings of the cards, provides specific details that can offer you more clarity. Whether you're seeking answers for yourself or your loved ones and clients, these cards can yield valuable insights. The angels are happy to guide every aspect of your life purpose. Okay, and these are published by Hay House. Okay, Life Purpose Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. All right, so like I said, still in the shrink wrap. It's been here for months. All right, and I just didn't get around to it. So since it's a holiday and I'm awake, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Sue. Since I'm awake, I guess let's open it and see what we have here. Okay. Right, so open this up. And let's see what goes on. So these are oracle cards. Okay. All right. So again, very pretty. Maybe this will help me learn where to hold these cards at for the camera too. Oh, all right. And the price is $15.99 US dollars. All right. So it's a very sturdy box. Ooh, yeah, very sturdy box. And inside you have a guidebook. And these cards, you see, they're still in. Hi, Marie. Hey, Steve. Okay, so they still come in a sleeve that has to be removed. Okay. All right, so, okay, so this is the back of the cards. And see. All right, so this is an angel, and she has a palette, like an artist's palette, and paintbrushes. She's holding it in her hand. And it looks like she's looking down. So I guess that's the angels looking down. All right. And I guess the artwork, the brushes the palette, all the things that we can become, all the things that we can access and see. All right, so there are 44 cards, and they're all gilded, meaning that they have the gold gilding on the sides of them. That helps strengthen the cards. They last a little longer like that. All right, it also means that they're going to be pretty hard to shuffle for the first time, which I'm not going to shuffle yet because I haven't looked at the guidebook, and sometimes they have a purpose with that. But this is the card. It's a little flimsy, a little more flimsy than these tarot cards from Doreen Virtue. But they have this artistry, and each card has a message. All right, so, and artwork. Okay, it's different. Heart's desires. So the messages are on the cards, but they also come with a little guidebook. All right, so these are the meanings intended by the author. All right, now some people go with the meanings like this all the time. Some readers do everything intuitively, and some readers like myself, we mix both. So I'll consult the book, and then I'll get whatever messages I pick up. Hey Kevin, hi Denise. Whatever messages I get intuitively, along with whatever the book says. Okay, because that's just the way I've been led to do it. Can't explain everything all the time, because this is spiritual work, and I follow what the spirit tells you to do. So anyway, Doreen Virtue is a best-selling author and clairvoyant doctor of psychology who works with the angels and elemental realms. She's appeared on Oprah, The View, Good Morning America, CNN, and other programs. She presents workshops around the world. Now, in the tarot reader, light worker community, Doreen Virtue has caused quite a controversy lately because she decided that she's giving up all of this oracle card, tarot card work, and that she's found Jesus, and she's not doing this anymore. She's renouncing it, and she's any future proceeds from any of the cards that are out there, she is donating to the church or something else. This just happened like recently, like over the summer, and it's a big controversy out in, you know, the spiritual reader world. But I'm like, everybody has a path, and she had a path, and that was part of her path. Okay, I'm glad you're reordering those cards. I'm pretty sure they got them from Amazon. That's where I pretty much get everything. Amazon has everything. So I'm not giving them, I'm not working for them or anything. I'm just saying it makes life easy. So she has, I would say, about maybe 30, if not more, cards out there, tarot and oracle cards. And she's been writing books, giving lectures, holding classes to make people a certified angel card reader. Really? Okay. But everybody has their path. I'm not mad at her. If this is what she's led to do, then that's what she's led to do. That doesn't negate the validity of what she had put out before, in my eyes, because it was never her. It was what Spirit was leading her to do. So now that she's decided that she wants to go another way, and she feels that maybe for right now this is not the way for her right now, that's her business. That's her right. She has every right to do that. Doesn't mean that she's a traitor. What do you mean? How could she be a traitor? This is all spiritual. This is all God's work, and this is her life. You know, we all have to be responsible for our own choices. And if she's decided that this is the choice that she wants to make right now, then fine. You know, go with God. I don't know what the big deal is, but, you know, maybe I'm too laid back about these type of things. But my thing is that everybody has their own path. All right. My daughter became a Buddhist. All right, fine. That's cool. Believe in something. My son hasn't decided yet. He's agnostic, he says, or atheist, whatever. I'm not freaking out about it. It's his life. All I can do is be an example. All I can do is show them what is comfortable for me and what works for me and what has worked for them without them even knowing it. Because if mom wasn't praying and grandmama wasn't praying and great-grandma wasn't praying and taking care of them, they wouldn't be where they are today. Thank God for his blessings. Okay, so all I can do is show my children how to be grateful and how to tune into the gifts that they've been given and to do the best they can for as many people as they can for as long as they can. Anything besides that, it's on to them. I don't have a lot of time for that kind of stuff. My mother didn't force me into any particular religion. I went to church with her for a little while and I liked it. And then I was invited to go to another church. I was around 11 years old. And it was a Church of God in Christ. And I had never seen anything like that. My mother's church was an Episcopalian church. They're pretty pious and quiet. They do their prayers. They say their thing. They listen to the priest say what he has to say, and then everybody goes. It's an hour, and you're out. Hey, Richard. I went to the Church of God in Christ, and I was fascinated. I had never seen anything like that. And the pastor, he got the spirit, and he's running up and down the aisle, and people are clapping, and they're playing music and falling out, and I'm like, what is this? At first I said, okay, this has got to be the devil, because I'd never seen anything like that. But it was intriguing. And I was, like I said, 11 years old. A friend of mine, he and his mother invited me to go to church with them. And he was my best friend at the time. And I said, okay, of course. And I went, and I liked it. And I went back with them over and over again and became a member of the church and ended up having such a good friendship with the pastor, Elder Conley. And I became really good friends. And that was all through my teenage years until I was an adult. And he passed away in 1981, I believe. And it was he was like a father figure. He had an impact on me for real. But I thank God for him. But he was a teacher, so he taught us a lot. Not only was he a great preacher, he was an excellent teacher. And so he taught us a lot. So we learned a lot about the Bible. We talked about the scriptures and the background and the meanings of certain words in Greek in the original way they were transcribed and things. And he had a church that had a lot of teenagers at one time, a whole bunch of us. And he would sit down and talk to us and laugh, and we could ask any kind of questions that we wanted to ask. And he, sometimes we'd ask questions just to see if we could rattle him. He let nothing rattle him. He would answer everything from questions about sex and parents and school and drugs and all kinds of stuff. It didn't matter. But at least he knew where we were. Our parents knew where we were. We weren't out getting into bed stuff. Even back when they had that big blackout, I was in high school, so now I'm giving my age, but some of y'all remember that. And we were walking down the street, and where did we end up? At the church, hanging out with the pastor. And it was cool, there was a lot of craziness going on around us, but there we were. He had a bunch of teenagers that weren't getting into trouble. Excuse me, y'all. Just sitting around talking and laughing and singing a cappella. A cappella because the electricity was down. But it was a great big space, and with the doors open and the sun shining in, it was cool. It was a crazy time that day. The blackout, I believe it was in 76, 77, I don't know, July. But it was a crazy time. A lot of bad things happened back then. But not us. We were in spirit. We were with the pastor. So Anyway, years later, I joined that church. I'm still a member of of Church of God in Christ. I don't attend that church in Brooklyn because I don't live out there anymore. But even the reason I'm living where I'm living is because my pastor had gotten remarried after his wife has passed away, and he moved out here. And we used to come and visit with him, and I loved it. And so I decided, it was actually right after he passed away, but I was living in Brooklyn. I came outside of my apartment one morning with my daughter. She was a baby, and I came out with the stroller, and we were living in Brooklyn on Bergen between Bedford and Franklin, I believe it was. Nostrand and Bedford, I'm sorry. Nostrand and Bedford. Yeah, Bergen between Nostrand and Bedford, or Bedford between Nostrand and Bergen. Whatever it was, Nostrand Avenue was at the corner. And there was a club across the street, all kinds of storefronts and things. So I come out in the morning, bring the baby out, with the stroller. And in Brooklyn, they have those brownstones, and you have a parlor floor, and then you have a first floor, and then you have second and third floors, depending on it. But the basement has like a parlor, and there's a big window, and you open the gate, and you can come out onto outside. There's a gate around the house itself. All right, a regular brownstone in Brooklyn, still there to this day. I walked outside with my baby. I'm coming out backwards, with the stroller with the baby inside, and I turn around and I look on the ground in front of the window of my apartment. There's an outline of a dead body and caution tape. What? Someone had died. Someone had gotten killed. No one knocked on our door. No one alerted us. Nothing. The police didn't call. Obviously, they had been there. They had the outline of the dead body and the caution tape. I kid you not. That's what I found when I woke up. Oh, bringing my baby out for a walk. I was like, whoa, no. So I was out of there within 30 days. I found a job out in Long Island, and I moved me and my baby out here, and we have been out here since. Because I was like, wow, how can somebody get killed right in front of your window? That means that my daughter or I were in danger of some kind, and the police didn't even knock on the door to see if we were okay. Oh, no. It could have been anything because, like I said, it was a club across the street, so maybe something happened. I didn't inquire. I didn't call. I didn't try to find out. All I knew is that I was not going to have my daughter living in that type of environment for the rest of our lives. I had been away at college upstate, so I had gotten kind of used to a little more quiet life. And coming back to Brooklyn was a cultural wake-up call to begin with. It was a clash. And then to come outside and see that, my baby was like 17 months old. By the time she was 18 months old, we was in Long Island, and never to return to Brooklyn again except for a visit. And even that, And I love Brooklyn. I'm very proud that I grew up in Brooklyn. But no. There's enough things in life that you have to contend with. Change the things that you can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? Tangent, but anyway, I'm just sitting here chilling out anyhow, so I might as well just say what I wanted to say. Okay, so Life Purpose Oracle Book. Life Purpose Oracle Guidebook. All right, so this is about 109 pages. There's places for you to write your notes in the back. Actually, okay, there are actually 102 pages that deal directly with the cards. The rest of the pages are, advertisements about the author, that kind of stuff. There is somewhere for you to write notes. Each of the pages is black and white, so there's no color, but each of the pages go further into the explanation of each card. And there are all kinds of occupations, it looks like. Okay, and they have different meanings. So this is not a tarot card per se. These are not tarot cards. These are oracle cards. Okay. All right, how to work with Life Purpose Oracle cards. What is my life purpose is the question I'm mostly commonly asked with good reason. Each and every one of us have an equally important purpose. When we're working on it, aspects of our lives become healed. We feel happier and happier. Even our finances improve. In contrast, when you're not working on this calling, there's a chronic low-level sense of anxiety because we unconsciously know that we're missing the mark. This often leads to addictions and other unhealthy behaviors. Before you were born, you worked with your angels to orchestrate a life mission that would help others and be emotionally rewarding. This role also ensures soul growth for you and comes with a guarantee that you'll be completely supported as you fill it. Everyone's mission has the same underlying element of love. In essence, we are all here to learn, remember, and teach this powerful emotion. Every action that we take demonstrates whether either fear or love. When we choose the path of love, we grow spiritually, help others, and balance our karma. Most people ask for life purpose readings because they want to find a career that is meaningful and pays the bills. They want a guarantee that they can quit their present job and be financially secure. There is a guarantee provided that you're willing to carefully listen and follow your inner divine guidance. Archangel Michael knows what your and everyone else's life purpose involves. He is the overseer of life purpose, like an orchestra conductor who ensures that all musicians are playing their parts. You, like one of the musicians in the orchestra, are much needed, and your contribution is just as important as everybody else. We are each playing a role in God's plan of peace. These oracle cards are designed to help you identify your specific life purpose. They show different forms of missions in order to give you insight about your soul's chosen path. As you draw a card, notice your body's reactions. You know you're on the right track when it relaxes and feels simultaneously joyful and peaceful. You can also read more about life purpose in my book, The Angel Therapy Handbook. Okay, how to use the ancient oracle cards. Oracle cards are ancient, time-honored way to connect with angels and archangels. They're based on Pythagorean numerology, which states that all numbers and images vibrate in a mathematical, precise manner. You can't make a mistake with these oracle cards because they operate alongside the infallible law of attraction. That means that your questions always attract the perfect cards as answers. You'll always pull the one whose answers matches the vibration of the question. All right, so okay. All right, so then they talk about different ways that you can lay out a spread, which is 3 cards from the top of the deck with the picture words facing up. Lay the first card to your left, the second in the middle, and the third to the right. Card in your left speaks about the immediate past with respect to the situation inquired about. The middle card reveals your question's current status and what you need to know or work on right now. And the card to the right shows your immediate future. If you continue on your present path and follow the guidance of the middle card. Again, remember, you can improve your future by holding a positive outlook and following your inner guidance. If you receive several different career choices in this multi-card layout, then you'll see your options. For example, some people may have a life purpose to be healers, but they have the free will to choose which form of healing is most meaningful to them. Or they may be eclectic healers who blend several styles together. Okay. All right. You can also use them with other card decks to get as much information as possible during your readings. Look for the common theme among the cards you've chosen, and that will be the answer to your question. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'll do what I normally do, which is do a reading for myself. and then we can see what it is and how it works and if it feels like it's accurate. Alrighty, so let me move these cards off of the table and see what it says. So I'm going to clear the cards. And shuffle it. Okay. I'm going to do myself first, and if anybody wants me to do them, just put it in the comments, and I'll do you next. And that means that everybody in the community will see it and hear it. So just giving you that disclaimer. I won't call your last name, but it'll be in the comments what you asked and who you were. So know that. But if you want a reading, I'll be more than happy to accommodate. Now, normally, I don't do the cards, I don't do the cut and then pick cards. I usually wait till something like this happens and get the card. Like that. So that's the way I've always done it, and let's see if it'll work with that. Okay, Sue, I'll get you next. Oh my goodness, Sue. Thank you. You are so faithful. What y'all doing up so early anyway? Okay, it's 11:15, I guess, but some folks have been up here early as long as I've been up early. All right, so Sue's going to be the next person I read after I finish me. So let's see. Oh, okay. All righty. And one more. Doing nothing. You're not cooking, Sue? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving where you are? I guess you do. You wish me happy Thanksgiving already. Nothing. I know my mother's turkey is already out of the oven. She probably was up at 3 o'clock in the morning and cooking that turkey. She is something. My mother will have, on a regular day, dinner will be ready by 1:30. Okay, so here are the 3 cards that I got on for myself. Oh, you're invited to friends? Yeah, me too. Thank God for friends, right? And I want to shout out to my girlfriend, Joanne Gray. I believe it's her birthday today. I think it is. It just came to my mind. She's a Sagittarius, and she's my BFF here in New York, as opposed to my BFF down in Virginia, Stephanie Rollo. But Joanne Gray, I love you, even though we haven't had a lot of time this year to spend together. But happy birthday to you, you fellow Sagittarius traveler. Love you so much. Okay? Happy birthday, Joanne. All right. Okay, so card that came up for me was teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. All right, so that's the card that was in the middle, teaching. That makes sense to me. Actually, I went to college to become a teacher. That's so funny. Somebody just asked me that like a day ago. Like, what did you go to college to? English education as a minor in sociology. All right, so teaching. I think that this is consistent with what I'm doing now. Next card over here, you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. All righty. So these cards are very glossy, and they have, I guess they're called digital imaging. Oh no, it's artwork actually. Okay, the images are very pretty. And the last card that came up, school. The answers that you're seeking involves going to school. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, Leviticus. Hey, Angie. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. So those are the 3 cards I got, and that made pretty cool sense to me. All right, let's see, what does teaching entail? I consider this teaching, so I guess I'm on the right path. But I do consider this teaching. And school, yeah, there's things I need to learn. Maybe some courses I might be interested in taking pertaining to spiritualism, and I have been considering it. So that makes sense too. These are in alphabetical order, I believe. These are reading these cards. All right, so let's see what teaching says. Happy Thanksgiving, Leviticus. Hey, Panther. Oh, teaching. Okay. You have a gift. This is the definition in the guidebook for this card teaching. You inspire young people to learn. You have a gift with children because it's part of your life service purpose to help and support them. Young people respond to your genuine nature, and they recognize your inner child, which helps you relate to and understand them. More than ever before, children need trustworthy and loving adults to act as shepherds and teachers, and you are drawn into this work. Most likely, your teaching or healing work with children will encompass some aspect of spirituality. For instance, you may incorporate music or personal growth lessons into a traditional classroom, or you may teach important skills in other ways. For example, your role as a sports coach, a music instructor, babysitter, or art therapist, or through charity work or running a youth center. In these ways, you help children keep their spiritual gifts alive and awaken new interests. If you ask the angels to guide you to the best avenues that will allow you to reach out and teach young people, they will happily help you with this very important life purpose. Okay, so that's very cool and appropriate, and it has been something that I have been thinking about, so that is interesting. Very good. Okay, so let's see what they say for Sue. All right, so these cards back, shuffle them around. Okay, Sue, so focus on your life purpose, and we'll see what it says. Okay, first card says options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Okay, that's pretty passive. Okay, so consider career possibilities that are open. All right, let's get 2 more of these cards. As I said, anybody that wants to have one of these type of readings right now, real quick, since we're up and available, let's do it. I said I might even do a celebrity reading this morning, so if there's somebody that, okay, we are interested in getting a reading on a celebrity of some sort, then you can do that. Okay. All right, Sue, this is what they said to you. You have options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Now, on the left side, what did they say to do? Lay this card on the left or the right? Second, just want to do it the right way for this. The card, first card to the left, the second one in the middle. First card to the left, the second one in the middle, and the third to the right. Okay. All right, so this is about your question, which is, what are your options? All right, and this is Your current status is artist. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. And this is actually the picture that's on the front of the box of these cards, right? And on the back of each card. So this is talking about being an artist, artistic activities. So maybe that's what you're doing now, or that's what you have the ability to do now. And the last card said, animals. You understand animals and communicate with them. Okay, you crochet too. Okay, so that's artistry. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as animals are part of your life's work. Okay, Sue. So when we were talking, didn't you say that you had animals, dogs that you kind of take care of and you love? 6. I see. This is it. Yeah, animals. Well, that's your calling. Maybe you're supposed to be crocheting clothes for dogs and cats. Let's see what these cards mean, since this is our first time using them. Let's do some. Let's look into this book and see what it means. This artist card. Your inner world is colorful, and this card is a reminder that your career can be colorful as well. With your artistic eye, you naturally gravitate towards beautiful shades, shapes, and objects. Now the angels want to bring artistry into your career field. You will feel more fulfilled with work that helps you express your inner artist. You drew this card because it's important for you to take action steps as the artist you truly are. If you have unlimited time and money, what type of creative work would you engage in? Your answer to this question indicates a beneficial avenue for you to explore now. In fact, this is precisely what will open up all of your channels so that you experience more support, time, and creative energy. Please take the opportunity to engage in something artistic, such as painting, jewelry making, an art course, sketching, dancing, sewing, crocheting, and so forth. Your finished creation may or may not become the basis of a commercial venture. However, your actions and artistic expressions will definitely have a positive effect upon your career and every other area of your life. Okay, so put that crochet into work. And animals, I'm going to clear that up too because you have 6 of them. And so that's very important. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. You drew this card because your life's purpose involves working with animals. You love them and they love you. You understand and appreciate their kind and gentle hearts, and you frequently stand up for their rights. In fact, you can feel and hear communications from living creatures. This card is a validation for you to trust these intuitive insights and inner guidance and about ways to connect with the animal kingdom. Any career that you get involved in will benefit from your adding animals into the mix. Hey, Candy. For example, having a pet on site at your office or store will open everyone's heart and bring joy to all. You may find yourself doing volunteer or charity work on behalf of animals, including rescuing them at shelters or bringing awareness to their rights. Okay, Susan, thank you. Susan says you're right on. Thank you. Pin that comment. With your key animal communication abilities, you may also enjoy one-on-one work as a caregiver. The list of careers in this field is vast, so be sure to spend time outdoors in nature and give considerable thought to your options. Very good. Okay, so Sue, those are your options. An artist and working with animals, you can incorporate both of those things into your life's work. So that's pretty good. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can pin that comment. I don't know. I don't want to lose this. I'll do it later. You're welcome, Sue. You're welcome. Okay. If there's anybody else that's interested, we can do that for you. If you just put it in your comments. All right. Very good. Thank you, Sue. All right. Move the energy around some. All right. So if we, this is something else today. This was another thing I wanted to share with everybody. I use the Until Today cards by Iyanla Vanzant. And they actually came with a book when I got them years ago. This was a gift from a friend, a good friend. And I even met Iyanla Vanzant, and I had her sign it back in 2001. And there's the date, 8/29/2001. And so I'm very proud of that. So this book rather, hey Raymond, is like a daily devotional, spiritual book. It goes with the cards, but not really. This book came out first, and then she came out with the cards. So what it is, it's just like, the daily word that maybe you used to get, your grandmother, your mother used to get a daily word book, and every day would have a different message. Well, this is the same thing. Every day has a different message. Not every day, specific years, but just the dates. So this is a good way to start off my day. If I look and read what she's written, what's the message for the day, and it kind of centers me. So today I'm going to share it with you. Okay, so this is how they are. Each day is a separate message. And so at the beginning of the year, you can start all over again. Okay? So this is like a devotional. Okay. So this is the message for November 22nd. The greatest service I can offer is courageous investigation of everything I see, know, and believe. Go deep enough to get under a thing to discover what is holding it up. Rise high enough above a thing to see it from a new perspective. Until you get to the core of a feeling or see it from a new place, you will not be able to determine how or if the experiences of your life serve your highest and greatest good. Until today, you may have been walking through the middle of the experience, trying to figure out what it is. Just for today, courageously investigate every possible angle of the situation. More important, be willing to acknowledge how you have been keeping it in place. Today, I am devoted to digging deep and flying high. Okay. So the reading that would happen every day. Go get this book. I'm pretty sure it's probably still in print somewhere. All right. Check Amazon, like I said, as usual. But it's a really nice, thick book. A message for each day of the year. And this is a good way to start off your day and center you and get yourself ready for whatever obstacles, and give you things to think about, things to consider during the day, or to pay attention to during the day. Okay, let me relight this candle. Excuse me, folks. Let me relight a candle. I like to make sure I keep light and air, earth, wind, fire, and water in my space when I'm doing my readings. These candles come with an extra long wick, Sabbath candles. So I have to trim it or else we'll have a fire. Is my lighter right here. So, light this candle. Okay, put it here. Very good. Thank you. And grab some incense. Don't be shy, folks. If you want to find out if what your life's purpose is, you're getting a free reading about it right now, so that we can all learn how this works. Okay. Some sage incense to clear the atmosphere. All right. So, let me see. Let us get, all right, so these here. All right, so these are pretty cool cards. I like them. I think I'll be using them in private readings probably, so that we can determine what someone's life purpose is. So that's a good tool to use, and if you're interested in purchasing them, I think that's a good investment. This box is very sturdy, good place to keep them, but also you should, it's good to get like a velvet bag, sort of like this, that you can keep your cards in, all right, and protects them after you charge them by leaving them out. Get some energy from the moon. And you can get these velvet bags in different colors. And after a while, you'll remember the color of what the cards are that you put in. These are my Nature Spirit cards by Denise Lynn. All right. And these are based on Native American oracles. All right. This is good for reading dreams also, the Nature Spirit oracle cards. These are not gilded, okay, as compared to the Doreen Virtue cards. See, they're gilded with the gold around it. As I said, gilding helps make them stronger, but these cards are a lot heavier than these are. These are more sturdy jet. I use these basically for myself, mostly to get in tune with that Native American lineage and see what those ancestors had to say, because I recognize a lot of the messages I get from spirit from my family, African American, African Caribbean, African side, but every now and then that Native spirit wants to be recognized and have something to say. I do that really every day. I keep that energy near me in my home. I mean, if you come to my home, you'll see a lot of indications that a black lady lives here, but you'll also see indications that there's Native American spirit in this home too, and I thank goodness for that. Thank God for that. So the card that just jumped out, Spirit of Earth. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what that's saying. Spirit of the Earth. And these are in alphabetical order also. And they just have the word there. They don't have any additional meanings like the other cards that we were just looking at. So This is a little different because a lot of the they're in alphabetical order, but a lot of the cards start off with the same spirit. So you have spirit of the air, spirit of the west, spirit of the earth. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this card here, spirit of the earth, that just jumped out for me. Prosperity is blossoming in all areas of your life. You are strong and grounded. Who you are is enough, just as you are. Connect more fully with nature. The spirit of earth asks that you tend to your health, detoxify your body, understand how to use your body's physiology, pay attention to your body, how your body feels, and respond accordingly. Create a home for your soul. Have objects in your home that feel good to you every time you see them. Be present, cherish the here and now. Ashe. The native spirit wants you to know that the spirit of earth represents your physical self and your physical surroundings. It's okay to make plans for a future, but make sure that you also embrace and appreciate the present. You're deeply and profoundly loved and supported at all times, no matter what's occurring in your life. Trust that your needs are being met. Take time to create spaces in your home where you feel absolutely at peace. And in doing so, you create a template for peace in all areas of your life. Feel the solidarity and power of earth beneath you. This is in your core. Just as grass pushes out of the moist ground, know that fresh new shoots of growth are similarly taking place within you right now. And you are grounded, prosperous, and strong. Okay, that makes sense. I was doing that this week, changing around my space, make me feel more comfortable. All right, and actually make it more comfortable for my family to come back and forth while I'm doing my work. Pretty cool. And I had asked for new equipment so that I could do better presentations of my work, and I was able to acquire that just this week. That's what took me so long getting those readings up, and that's how I ended up doing it on Facebook. But it's okay because doing it on Facebook is good. It's comfortable, and I get to talk to my friends, and they get to see what I do, and I can still upload it to YouTube. So it works out well, and I do feel very nice in this space. It's still the same room. I just turned everything around, and I have another corner that I'm working in. And for now, it feels really good, and it is inviting. And I feel comfortable sitting here. That's why I'm still up and doing this at almost 12 o'clock in the morning. But I like it over here. It's nice. My cat's not too happy about it, but you know she's getting used to it. And I'm able to have the front door open, and I can see outside and get some fresh air in. And when people come and go, they can come and go, and they can just nod, and I can nod back at them, and I don't have to move anything. I don't have to stop the tape. So this is good. This is real good. I like this. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity and for the Creator blessing me with what I asked for. But like I said, be careful what you ask for, because I know nothing. I never liked Microsoft. I think they're very difficult to deal with, but I'm working on it and I'm learning about it. Okay, the journey. All solid forms around you, including your body, are a part of the physical realm. Notice how you relate to and identify with the physical universe around you. By doing this, you are activating the spirit of earth within you. Let the reality of your relationship with the earth fill your consciousness. Feel it in every pore of your being. Let yourself merge with its energy. Imagine how it would feel to be a rolling hill, a great mountain, or a deep canyon. Imagine yourself lying in a meadow of wildflowers high in the mountains. Visualize the roots of a tree extending deep into the soil. reaching down towards the center of the earth. All right, that's pretty cool. Hey, Darnell. Okay, so that's the card I got for myself this morning, Spirit of the Earth. Again, those are the Denise Lynn Native Spirit Oracle cards. Like I said, I like those, and I usually pull them for myself when I'm reading myself. Okay, as I said, anybody wants to get their life purpose, I'll be more than happy to give you a reading about that. So, in the and if there's someone, a celebrity, somebody out there that you'd like to for me to pull some cards on and see what they're up to, let's do that also. Okay. So, who do we want to know about, folks? Excuse me, needed the water. Why is everybody being shy this morning? Okay. And these are the regular Rider-Reed Tarot cards. All right, so. Who do we want to know about? Who do I want to know about? Being nosy. Oh, what's this guy? Ray Moore, the pedophile? Okay. All right, so let's see. What do we need to know? We need, I need to know his birthday. Excuse me, folks. I have my little tablet. Let's look him up and see if we can find out his birthday, and we'll see what's going on with his situation. Judge Roy Moore, alleged pedophile, allegedly going to be a state senator from Alabama. What's wrong with y'all in Alabama? That's where they bombed the church, right? To kill four little girls. That's where Martin Luther King was assassinated. That's where this jerk has been all of these years, even though he did get thrown off of the Supreme Court in Alabama twice. But y'all got Jeff Sessions and this dude. Come on, folks. I know there's voter suppression. I know that. But you should register as soon as you can and try to get the paperwork together so that they can't stop you from voting for as long as they still let us vote, because it's getting crazy. They want to change the way the internet works so they could slow down the information that we've been getting. Net neutrality. That's horrible. That's curtailing our freedom of speech and our access to freedom of the press. And I just don't understand what people are thinking when they are supporting this type of nonsense and this insult to our American way of life. The United States is not perfect, but at least we have the freedom to say that and to do something about it. But this is a crazy, crazy time right now. And that's because of apathy, because people didn't bother to vote. People took it for granted that Hillary was going to win and didn't even go out and cast a vote. And I really do believe that the Russians, not only did they tamper with the media, I believe that they tampered with the results of the election itself. No one's going to convince me otherwise. They want to say that didn't happen, All right, and we know that the bloaters in chief will never admit that he really lost the entire election, and the only reason he's in is because Vladimir Putin thinks that he's an easy mark, because that is all it is. Putin wants those sanctions lifted, and he thought that he could get that with Donald Trump because he knew he couldn't get that with Hillary, and he fed on this guy's ego. And not just because he said, oh, he's a clown, I can use him. This was a quid pro quo. This is something that he was encouraging Donald to do because Donald owes him or wants to get to build things in Russia. He wants access to that side of the world, Asia. And so he dangled this carrot in front of this idiot. And this is what we end up with. All right, Judge Roy Moore. This guy says that he doesn't like younger women. But in 1985, he married a girl who was in the same class as one of the girls who was accusing him of inappropriate behavior. In the same school, in the same class. And he even said that he recognized her because he'd gone to a dance recital. Why are you going to a dance recital? You don't have no kids in this school. He wasn't married. He didn't have no kids in the class. He said he was standing at the back of the auditorium and he saw her and he noticed her. And then years later, he remembered her when he ran into her again. So you trolling high schools for dates? Disgusting. Anyway, let's find out when this joker was born. February 11th. So that makes him Aquarius. Yeah, Aquarius. 1947. He has 4 kids. I wonder if they're boys or girls. I wouldn't trust him with the horrid. And these people coming on television calling themselves Christian pastors, and we're going to support him. And these women are lying. These women are lying, but his wife is the same age of the women that he met his wife and married her, started dating her, and she was in the same age group as the women who are saying that he's been coming after them like that. Disgusting. Okay, so February 11th, 1947. Roy Moore. All right, I have to write it down. All right, so all right. Okay, so all right. Got a few cards that jumped out right away. So okay, so what I'm seeing here is someone who is looking forward to leaving their place where they are, or pushing forward. All right, so this. Okay, thank you. All right, so what do we have here? All right, the first card that he got here was the Six of Swords. All right, so this talks about movement, leaving the area, going forward. I get the feeling it's more of a not really a choice. This is not something that they're looking forward to. Feel it's something they're being forced to do to go forward. And it may be something that has to do with a shameful situation. I say that because I see that there's a person that's in the boat that someone else is guiding, someone else is, excuse me, with this camera. It does not help with my spatial dyslexia. Okay, this person is pushing along, going forward, but these people in the boat, especially a larger figure, looks like a woman, doesn't seem to be too happy about it. Okay. That was crossed with the Seven of Wands. All right, so this person is choosing to fight. So there's a choice between leaving or standing up and fighting. That's what he sees is going on. So choice between dropping out or staying and fighting. All right, and that's what it is, because he's being encouraged to drop out of the race. Okay, so below him is a Three of Cups. All right, Four of Cups rather. So again, this is contemplating. All right, and he's looking at what is in front of him, but he's not looking at what else is being offered to him. He's contemplating that, or he was. But this is upside down. This came in reverse in this reading for him. So, seems like he wasn't thinking that this was going to become this kind of a controversy. This is not what he was expecting. He was focused on other things, other topics, and this came out of nowhere, and now he has to deal with it. Next thing he had here, Five of Wands. This is a fight, and this fight is coming from a whole bunch of different sides. There may be even friends of his that he's fighting with, struggling with. But he's done this in the past, and he feels that he can handle it. He's been fighting. He's been fighting against the system, or against the system, for a long time. He's not afraid of a fight. This card in front, on top of him. Hey, Raymond. This card here, Two of Swords, it talks about making decisions, deciding which way to go. But it also talks about not seeing reality, not being open to the truth. He has to make a decision, and that's weighing heavily on him. And I guess that's the pressure that he's getting from the RNC. They're not supporting him anymore. But it's only 2.5 more weeks until the election. Right in front of him is the Hierophant. Hierophant is about justice and secrets. This is about the truth. Could also be talking about him having to speak his side or to testify about certain events. And that's what's coming up. He's going to have to speak about the situation that he's facing. He's going to have to be truthful. I'm hearing that there will be a judgment. Now, the judgment will be the ballot box, right? Because these charges are so old that there's nothing to charge him with unless these women want to sue him for money. And I don't hear any of that in any of what they said. But it also is going to say a lot, I guess, about the people of Alabama, whether or not they decide to look past this man's. They have a choice to make, right? That they could ignore the reality of what's going on with them, and what's going on with this guy. So these are the choices. They can choose to go with the other candidate or be blind and just vote, because he's a Republican, vote for the party for tax breaks that none of them are going to be eligible for, because it's not. These tax breaks have nothing to do with us middle class people or lower middle class people. This is about money for the rich. And any tax breaks that they are claiming to get are going to expire in less than 10 years. But the tax breaks that they're giving to the rich people and the corporations are permanent. So if you're voting Republican in this race in Alabama because you expect to see a change in your taxes, yeah, you're going to see a change in your taxes. You're going to be paying more, and you're going to have less ability to deduct from your, you know, and certain states you pay your state taxes, you could deduct that from your federal, so that brings your income down to your federal, and so you benefit from that. They're trying to take that option away from you. So you have that choice to make. These people are not looking out for the middle class. These people are looking out for themselves. Everybody Donald Trump has in his cabinet is a millionaire. All right, we even have somebody who has dealt with drug shipments, and she's now the head of transportation, which will oversee, you know, people trying to sneak drugs in through cargo ships and things like that. And that's what her company had already done. But she's married to Mitch McConnell, and he gave her a job in his cabinet. This is not about taking care of the little people or the forgotten man. This is about taking care of the big people, the folks with money, the people who Donald Trump wants to impress, the people he owes favors for, and the people that he wants to have something over later. Because remember, there's nothing Donald Trump does that doesn't have an ulterior motive, that doesn't end up benefiting him or affecting something for him in some way. That's just who he is. It's in his chemical, you know, nature. He can't even help it, but that's who he is. And Roy Moore has been kicked off of the Supreme Court twice in his state for things that had nothing to do with these women, but his failure to obey the law. Okay? The Constitution, Bill of Rights gives us freedom of religion, absolutely. But it also gives us freedom from religion. Okay? And we don't need to have that element in the Senate. Anyway, I digress. So there's going to be opinions and judgments made. He may have to state his case, which he is doing now publicly. Next card he got in this reading was the Fool. This is someone who is ready for a new adventure, someone who's ready to step out, all right, try something new, but he got it in the reverse. So maybe he's not going to go forward. Page of Swords, okay, brings messages, what's going on, information. It was in the reverse. So maybe he's getting the messages that you're not doing well and you're not going to win. Who knows? Next, King of Swords. All right, so this is someone who cuts through the bullshit. This is someone who is taking charge of the situation. Someone who is stepping in. This may be asterisk 45 Blotus, who is going to be going and speaking. Air is communication, speaking. This could be him going to speak on behalf of Roy Moore because things are not looking well. They're getting negative information. So this may be the polls. They're getting negative information that he is not going to go forward, that he's not going to win. And so King of Swords may be coming to step in to help him. But there's a Queen of Wands who's going to be victorious in the end. There's a Sagittarius energy maybe. This is some female, could be a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. But some female around him is going to be victorious in this. This is what I'm saying. And this person is fighting. Now, it doesn't have to be a female. It could be anyone who is a fire sign who is going to be victorious. And another card that came up with the Queen of Wands was Judgment. Now, wands can signify sexuality. So perhaps this represents the women who are talking about the situation that has to do with sex. And there's a little black cat down there. So that's about wisdom and intuition. So maybe it's saying that the women who are stepping forward and speaking are the ones that are going to be victorious. And there's going to be a positive judgment. There's a judgment. And it looks like it's positive. So maybe that's saying that he will lose the election in his state because of the women who have been coming forward and speaking. And he's going to have to pay the price. He's going to have to, this is something that he's going to have to make amends for. This is something spiritual for him in the future, or for him now. He might need to make an apology. That might be what could save him, you know. But what can you apologize for? One girl said that he seduced her, and she was 14 in his living room on blankets in his living room, and he's 32 years old. What the hell? She didn't say that he raped her, but it was pretty obvious it got a little further than she was expecting it to go. It shouldn't have gone anywhere. She was 14. He shouldn't even have had her at his house. He came and picked her up in a car around the corner from her house. Her mother didn't know where she was. Disgusting. Anyway, so that's Roy Brown. So from what I'm getting here, He wasn't ready for this fight. He didn't think that this was going to happen. This kind of snuck up on him, but he wasn't afraid because he's been in hard fights before. All right, but this is going to be different. He's being judged. There's a lot of female energy here, and a lot of wands, and a lot of swords. Let's see if we can get some clarification. Next, I believe this judgment is the people voting not to put him in. Well, at least it's about an election, I think, that judgment card. Let me see if I can get some information about the Hierophant. All right. So, can you get some clarification regarding Judge Roy Moore? And why is this Hierophant card here, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Why is this Hierophant card here? Let's get a judgment clarification for the Hierophant card. Thank you. Once this post, feel free to share it with your friends. And like I said, you can come and visit me on my YouTube page also. All right. So, any clarification for the Hierophant card, Spirit? Okay, this is upside down. Clarification for the Hierophant card for Judge Roy Moore. Birthday is February 11th, 1947. Okay, thank you. All right, so the card that he got was the Knight of Wands. Again, Wands talks about sexuality. All right, action. The Knight is an action card. Right, it talks about fighting. All right, and going forward with a fight. All right, this is a clarification for the Hierophant card, but this came in the reverse. So this may say that he's going to give up the fight. He's going to lose the fight. He's going to lose the race, maybe. Getting what he's coming with is not being accepted. And again, this has to do with fire signs. This has to do with fighting, struggle. And Knight of Wands, reverse, maybe telling him to drop out or to give it up. So that's the Hierophant's advice to him, is to give it up. Alrighty, so let me see. These cards here are the Archangel Tarot card deck. Archangel Power Tarot cards. We got these a couple weeks ago too. We did an unboxing on Facebook for them. These are very sturdy cards. They're a regular tarot deck, but they're based on the power of the archangels. And this is by Doreen Virtue and Randy Valentine. All right, so we're going to use these cards All right. Let's see. I don't want to do that. All right. Let's see what messages we have from the Archangel Power Tarot cards for Judge Roy Brown about the situation. Okay. What are the Archangel Tarot cards? What do they have to say about the situation for Judge Roy Moore, whose birthday is February 11th, 1947? Okay. All righty. All right, so this card says New Beginnings. Archangel Jeremiah. Starting a new life, finding a purpose, forgiving, and compassionate review of the past. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, forgiving, and compassionate review of the past. Okay. Well, that could be anything. It could say that he is going to be successful. He's going to have a new beginning working as a senator from the state of Alabama. Or it could be saying he could be doing something else totally, finding a new life, a new purpose, giving, looking at the things that have happened in the past, making amends. That could be the advice for him to just let it go. Have a new beginning. Next card, 9 of Raphael. Make a wish. Dreams become reality. A joyful time in life. All right. But that was in the reverse. So that's just the opposite. Your wish is not going to be fulfilled. Next card, 3 of Raphael. Reasons to celebrate. A community of friends. Happy announcements regarding relationships of children. Shut up. Okay, 3 of Raphael. And this was in the reverse. Okay. Now this card talks about happy announcements regarding relationships or children. And it's in the reverse. So not good news regarding relationships with children. Judge Moore. Wow. Okay. Next card we got here was 8 of Gabriel. A good deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communications. Okay. But this was also in the reverse. So he might not be happy with the communications that he's getting. And it is a great deal of activity. Yeah. But this is not the communications that he's getting is not to his liking. Of course not. I mean, he's being accusations. It could also have to do with the polls in his state, and he's hearing how it's going, and he's not happy about that either. The next card, because I got 5 just now, was the Knight of Ariel. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. There's so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. Okay, so I'm getting that this is someone that's coming into his life, someone that he has to deal with. Knight of Ariel. Someone who's trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. Much to accomplish. Being watched over by someone kind. This could be the person that he's running against also. This is what I was just getting intuitively. That this person is going to come in. And I think the pink meaning is telling me that this is because of the women. That there's a very detailed plan. Being watched by someone kind. Yeah. I think this is about the guy that's running against him, and that he's showing up in a positive way, and he has things to accomplish, and he's got people on his side. He's trustworthy, and devoted. This guy here, he was the one that tried those people for bombing the 4th Street Church, where those 4 little girls died in Alabama. And years later, they found out who the terrorists were from the KKK, and he tried them. So he's a lawyer. He was a lawyer, and he was the prosecuting attorney against these folks. That's very important. That's very important, and they're trying to paint him as that he's not tough on crime. This man picked up a cold case that had been cold for decades and found the people who killed these children. Meanwhile, Ray Moore is going around. The girls that got killed in the church are the same age group as the girls that he's attracted to. I just noticed that, right? Because they were 14, 15, 16, those girls. And these women who are accusing him are that same age. But this guy, the other guy that's running against him, I think his name is Jones, he was the attorney that brought justice to the community when they were able to find out who these people were and put them on trial after all those years. Now, how could he not be on the side of law and order? They lie to your face. They lie to our faces with no shame. And we've gotten so used to it, we just say, oh, well, that's them, they're lying. Lying is wrong. Didn't we put President Clinton through an impeachment because he lied to the prosecutor because he didn't want to say that he was cheating on his wife, as any other man would? They impeached this man because he said that he wasn't having an affair when he was. As every one of them would have said that they weren't having an affair when they were. Who does that? But now, suddenly, it's all right to lie. It's okay to lie. You can be a bold-faced, blatant liar and be president of the United States with no recourse. And you got a whole bunch of people who are believing this guy because they have it in their mind, oh, he's going to make things better for us. What's he doing? Throwing out everybody that's brown? Anyone that wasn't originally in this country? This is not what America is. Lord have mercy. Sickening. Anyway, that's what came out here for this guy, Roy Moore. So I believe, it seems to me what they're saying is that he is not going to get elected. And it's going to be because of this controversy. And that he's going to be able to go and start something new. And learn how to be compassionate. Take stock of what he did. So, we'll see what happens in a few weeks. But that's what we got today. And I will post this on Facebook and on YouTube. And maybe I'll tweet it out so Judge Moore gets to see what the Spirit said about his situation. Give him further reason to pause. He's disgusting. He really is. He plays as this Christian thing. Oh, he wanted to put up the 10 Commandments in his courtroom. And they told him no, and they made him take it down, and he put it back up. And that's why he lost his seat twice in the Supreme Court. They keep electing him, and he keeps getting cut out, pushed out. All right, even McConnell, who you can't trust for nothing, is saying, well, if he gets elected, we can just not seat him in the Senate, not allow him to be seated. Okay, right. Yeah, but in the meantime, while you're doing all of that, you're going to let him vote for this tax bill. Not fooling nobody, Mitch. You're not fooling nobody. You're full of it. You're saying what you think you need to say in order to keep your constituents and your donors happy. All right? Oh, it's so outraged because this guy's a pedophile. Okay. he can come to the Senate if he gets elected, but we're going to kick him out. But in the meantime, I'm working on kicking him out. We have this tax bill that we're trying to get straight so he can vote. Everybody's stupid. Don't play us. You know what's going on. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. It is 12:30 almost. So I guess it's time for us to get ourselves together, get off the couch, go see if somebody needs help with anything in the kitchen, run to the store for last minute ingredients that were forgotten, and get ready for dinner soon. All right, and we'll be going out to Patchogue, which is nice. We've been there before for Thanksgiving, and it was a good time. So I'm looking forward to seeing my friend again, Rosalie, who was so good to me when I really needed her. We spent a nice week together, the two of us, just us girls, and she gave me an opportunity that I really enjoyed. And I also lost another good friend this week, unexpectedly, young woman, Tanya Abrams, who was a good friend of mine, and she, I traveled with her to Barbados. The first and only time that I've been to Barbados. I went with her and her fiance and another friend, Valerie, and we stayed there for a week, and it was beautiful. I felt like I was home. I loved it. And if I could move there and live permanently, I would. I'd be willing to even live there 6 months and here in New York for 6 months. But it was a wonderful place. I felt at home. I felt at peace. It was fun, and I loved the people. I felt very comfortable. And I know people who say that they go to Barbados and they don't like it and the people are rude. And I didn't have that at all. But that might be because I'm used to evasion, because I grew up in a family where our grandparents and grandparents were from Barbados. So we know their ways. We're used to it. You know, it's not an uncomfortable thing to me, but they're just very intelligent, very proud people who, hey, Claude, who have a rich history, and they know who they are. And it's just a place where Black people are running their country and doing a good job with it. They have free education for all the kids up into the 12th grade. And they're just happy people. They really are. And they start school when they're like 2.5 or 3. Very, very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed that trip. And she and I and Valerie and Leslie, her fiance, we had such a good time. And he's from there. His people are from there. So he goes there a lot. And so he was able to drive us all around, and we were able to see Barbados from the point of view of someone who is familiar with it, not the tourist thing. But we did the tourist thing too. Everything in Barbados, all of the tourist attractions, end with a rum punch. What? Yes, they start with a rum punch and end with a rum punch. It was excellent. We went on the Jolly Roger, which was like a pirate ship. We went on a submarine all the way to the bottom of the ocean. We did all kinds of things, and we had such a good time. And that was the first time I'd hung out with Tanya like that. And we really, really bonded. Hey, Rolando. We really, really bonded, and we had a really good time. Lots of laughs, lots of jokes, lots of information, lots of secrets that we shared. You know, she is friends with people that I absolutely can't stand and who don't like me, and it's feelings are mutual. But it was cool because she just decided to get to know me, and I decided to get to know her, and we were like, all right, so whatever. They ain't gotta like the fact that we like each other, but we like each other, and it was cool. It was fun. It was really fun. She's a nice woman, a beautiful soul, a beautiful spirit. And so I was very sad to get that information and that news about her this week. It really hurt. But we'll always have Barbados. And I'll always remember that experience with her and what a good time we had. fun. And she's such a sweet, sweet, sweet girl. And we laughed so hard about the people back home and the relationships and stuff. It was just unique. And Valerie was my roommate. And every day, Valerie started the day off with Bear and ended it with Bear. She was just, hey, I'm on vacation. And she was, on vacation from her job. And I was already retired and everything. But it was like her breakfast and beer, whatever, and beer, and they have a beer in Barbados that is their brand. And she was drinking it up. We were having rum punches. The hotel we stayed at, the bar was right there next to the pool. We were drinking in the pool. Oh, you can see pictures of it on my that I posted on my Facebook page anyway. But we lost her this week. So I want to remember Tanya Abrams and send up my deepest sympathies to her family and to all her loved ones, including Leslie. And just going to keep her in my prayers. And we just know that she's not in any pain anymore, and that she's, this was her path, and her path was completed on this side. And that whatever work she has to do on the other side, she's going to get it done. With a smile on her face. Always. Always smiling. So anyway, I will talk to you guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you. Hey, John. Thank you for joining me today. And just keep your ears out for any other things that I may be doing during the month of December. You can follow me on my blog page, Our Stories Continue, on Facebook. And follow me on YouTube, Emi Patsy, and Ifa Azula, Egun, or Ifa Midwives. You can put Ifa Midwives, IFAMIDWIVES, and you should come up in the search engine on YouTube, and you should find some of my videos will come up, and you just click on it, watch it, and then subscribe and share it. And when you subscribe, then whenever things like this are posted, you'll get a notification that we're there, or that I just posted a video, or that I'm doing a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live. All right. So thanks everybody very much for joining me today. I will see you guys soon in a day or two, and enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner, and don't eat too much. No drinking and driving, please. All right. And have a great day. Love you all. Thank you. And Ashe.